Thursday too.
Yeah, because
So
it's gonna be crazy. Oh, I'm sorry, Twitter. I'm not buying another. Um, I'm not doing another live. I mean, another premium account. Oh, I don't know if you can do sound alerts on here. Oh, goodness gracious, goodness gracious. Well, make sure I got all the sounds
yeah,
this week. Cause oh wait, oh yeah, there we go, there we go, there we go.
Is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch? Is Wayne?
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is another edition of the Madness Basketball Podcast. Myself, DK, TP is currently unavailable. We are going to miss him this week, but I guess we can get right into it. Um, early today, the Joker wheeled his way
that was
Serbia past Australia, 90-95.
that was something special. That was something special. And honestly, that's my new favorite team. That's my new favorite team to watch. I love Germany. I love France. Well, I mean, all those dudes over there. But the performance that those dudes put on, and for them to not, none of them to be NBA players or players that we know or come to know, they can hoop. Them dudes can hoop. They might not be able to play defense because they a little slow, but they can get them some buckets. And when that 72-year-old man started yelling at them in whatever language that was, he was cussing them and all that from what the announcer was saying, because he was trying to translate it to the dude that he was sitting next to, of course, not on air. But
Yeah,
he said that he was going crazy on him. And they got right. They got right. That was something cool to see. And they performed well. They did.
I just we get so caught up in NBA that we forget that international ball is a little different. Patty Mills has been that guy in every Olympics. If
He's
you
a
don't
cheat
get
code.
your hands on him,
He's like
19,
Melo.
20 points.
It's like we was talking about before we was just getting on. Like he just when he steps on that Olympic floor, man, or that international floor, he's a scary sight.
Yeah,
No matter who he played against, scary sight.
and I often like for several seasons I often wonder, I'm like, what does Pop see in him? And then it'll be international play. I go, oh, okay, he can actually hoop. So
Give him the rock, he can do something.
So Australia is never a slouch. There's always some NBA player coming from Australia, so that was a good matchup.
Yeah,
Um, in contrast, the U.S. they ended up playing Brazil, which every game they should mollywop. They should mollywop everybody they play.
yep.
And
So that's what happened there. Yeah,
for the WNBA fans, I know we didn't cover the women's tournament. It's a reason. I got more faith in the women's team than I do the men's team.
yeah.
And it's crazy. And I'll tell you why.
Wow, that's not
The
crazy.
men's team, the men's team has too many unknown variables. So LeBron is older. You can't just keep riding LeBron to the championship. AD has played well. I have been shocked. AD, Bam Adebayo. Bam is probably the unsung player of these playoffs because I'm
Yeah,
sorry, the physical play that he brings every
it's
night.
needed. It's needed. That's the one thing that USA basketball never had. Like when AD played, what year was that? The 16 or 8,
It was,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, 16, right? It was just him. It was just him. Braun played a lot of the four. Melo, I believe, was on that team. He played the four. So like it was just they needed size. Now that we got Bam, Bam is a different animal. It's like we're already dominant because we have the best players and we've kind of and everybody came out to play this time around.
Yeah.
But Bam is what we needed. Like little did we know, Bam is what we needed for real.
So and I'm not gonna lie, I want them to win every game by 30 because we have changed how Americans play basketball. That's why there are more dudes in the NBA from France than from the Bronx.
Yeah.
So, and I really feel some way about that. But I understand why the league is going this way. But we need to show that basketball is still our game. Whereas the women, they still play basketball the way the 90s intended it to be played.
And I love it.
Oh my God, it's so beautiful.
And I love it.
It's so beautiful. Just don't drive to the hole. You better shoot your jump shot. It's this is why I look at women basketball players and I say stuff like, oh, that foul was so sexy, because it reminds me of when everybody in the world can have a jump shot. Everybody in the world can drive to the hole. Can you drive to the hole and take that contact and keep coming back? That is the difference between the men's game and the women's game. And they are fundamentally more sound shooting the ball. Their jump shots have a higher rate than the men for the most part, because they take more fundamental shots. You're not seeing a lot of step back fadeaways.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one in terms of shooting percentages. I don't know about that one. I can't confirm that. But yeah, I don't know about that one. What is the
what was this? So I guess last year, oh no, this is in 2012. In 2012, there was 28 women's basketball teams shooting 75% from the field compared to 26 men's teams. 134 women's teams are shooting 70% or better compared to 131. So, yeah, it's pretty comparable, and that was from 2012. It literally, but it looks like a good shot when women shoot the ball.
Right. It seems like a smarter shot. I feel like yes, in terms of yes, that I'd agree with.
Because, I mean, if you see your kid crossover, step back, travel, step back, shoot a three, you're pulling him out the game. If it's my kid, I'm punching him in the forehead in front of the ref.
But what if he makes it?
See, that's the problem.
What?
This is how we ended up in this era. Somebody kid made a step back, travel shot. And his parent went do it again. Or you know how we do as parents. If you can do it 10 more times in a row, then I'll let you do it. And then kids nowadays, they smart asses. So he did it 10 more times, and now you got a kid shooting wild step back shots. And what can you do? And there's a guy on YouTube. You'll see him, and I can't remember his name right now. I just remember the 10,000. He had a video called 10,000 shots or something like that. 10,000 hours. And it's just basically the kids that he worked with, working on their one-on-one skills, and it's wonderful to watch. But a few of them, I'd be like, dude, it's a one-on-one. Why is you taking fadeaway threes? You didn't cross the man up 2 times, and now you want to shoot. If you don't blow by and get that
Come
bucket,
on, man.
it's just. But that's the era we in. What's going on, Oppo? Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining.
Yes, sir.
I want to make Oppo mod one day. I really do. I feel like Oppo deserve mod. Wow. See, he come on here. He said, DK, you know what? It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Anyway, but we in that era of basketball where like insane shots is the norm. And that's fine. The skill level is improved. But the Joker has made me realize that it is still a big man's basketball game. And
yeah, I agree.
had he had some help, had he had some help, well, look up. So, but I mean, there's that. Real quick, track and field love. Gabby Thomas, 200-meter gold medal. Congrats.
Yup, got us another one. Got us another one. What's
Noah Lyles. I wanted to wait till we got the double, but having the fastest man back where it belonged, and then see him do a Tide commercial with Carl Lewis felt right with the world. Like the balance of power is back.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
Shout out to the men's swim team with the end of the 4x, I think it was a 4x100 relay.
Yeah.
Shout out to them for their gold medal.
I think they had the most gold medals, or if not, they were second to China, who got actually caught in a little scandal. I think. So they say.
Anytime
Allegedly.
the Chinese is in the water, they need to get their ass bust.
Dude, the one dude did look like he was a little hockey. I ain't gonna lie for that for a little swim race. That was crazy.
So, but shout out to them, because and gold silver medalist Simone Manuel in that relay race. Listen, seeing a sister pulling up the rear in a relay in the water, but I felt proud.
Oh yeah.
Because that was behind the Chinese. Behind the Chinese, and she was
hauling. She was hauling behind to get there.
Oh man, this it's just one of them. Please, fans, it just typically you don't see a lot of black people in swim sports. A lot of times it's expensive, kind of like how baseball is. And then where the pools are, where the good coaches are not like close. Like you are driving to go to meets. It's kind of like travel baseball. It gets expensive and you do a lot of road trips. And to see that young lady in that pool, in that position, I was very proud to see that. That was an absolute beautiful thing. Absolute beautiful thing. Real quick for everybody that has sent love and prayers for my mom. Give a little update. She's back in the ICU, but she's in a different hospital that's closer to her new nursing home, so it's not as bad as it was before. She may have been released from the other hospital a few days early, so she's still, her body's still recovering from all of that. So I have been unavailable because certain paperwork wasn't done from the doctor's end, not from my end. Oh wow. Hey, I'm podcasting. I'll call you back. So the paperwork wasn't done, and this particular hospital, if the paperwork is not done, you're gonna be there when anything major happens. So while we had this little tropical storm, thanks, Oppo. While we had this tropical storm, I was running back and forth. Wow, people are still calling me knowing this podcast. And when we had this tropical storm, I wasn't finna chance my vehicle running back and forth in the rain. So I had to chill out and hang out on the beach for a little while. I do not think them people appreciate me fishing off the back of the hospital pier. Security guard kind of came up and was like, "Hey, what you doing?" I was like, "Y'all got a real strict visitation policy, and I ain't going nowhere. So let me see if I can catch something." And so he was kind of like, "All right, well, wrap it up before the end of my shift." So I was like, "Cool." So, but and there's updates. So I told you guys that I was working on a betting application, a betting platform. What I'm trying to do is make it unique and within the bounds of the laws in Florida so that I can launch it. And so I'm behind on deliverables to my attorney. I'm behind on deliverables for our media partnership. So I'm running behind on a lot of different things, and I apologize. Just give me some grace. I need to make sure my mom is healthy. I haven't even worked the way that I normally would work. So give me some grace. Once mom is out of the woods, we'll be back to flying high. So again, thank y'all for that. Now back to the betting app. Our first sponsor is going to be the betting application. Whether it's onshore, offshore, however that works out, that's up to the lawyers. But that will be our first sponsor. So be on the lookout for that. And the purpose of that is to make sure that the talent on this network is getting paid. That is literally my sole goal in all of this. Also, I had a few people ask me like, "Hey, what's going on? Why haven't you reached out?" But you seemed all right because you podcast last week. From the time that DK inspired me to podcast, I wanted to make it as easy to entry as possible. So our podcast is basically on every single platform. That just required us to have a WordPress website, a simple application. The application we're using now, it's simple, but it isn't as low entry as the other ones before. So we kind of stepped up our game a little bit, and that's kind of because I got tired of the other application crashing people's phones. And then I have a basic mic and a camera, a web camera. That's it. And so when I went to Swag Media Day, all of my equipment was in a book bag. And I went to Swag Media Day. I found out I needed a higher resolution video camera and just regular camera. How about I already had one? So that kind of takes care of stuff that I don't have to buy for football season. So now that we got that out of the way, DK, I love HBCUs. And if you know me, it's because FAMU gave me a job when I was at Florida State. I love HBCUs. I'm going to always love HBCUs. I also love HBCUs to get paid. And Howard University, the basketball coach, is trying to do just that. he is trying to get to sell a third of the basketball program for $100 million. Now, it hasn't been approved by the powers that be. I'm sure he got permission to go talk to somebody before he started talking to people. So he's out shopping this. And if it comes to fruition, it will. Yes, Apple. If you do, I'll make sure I come visit you. If it happens, he'll be able to upgrade the facilities. They will be able to pay NIL, give out NIL to players. And what I found very interesting was go to a bigger conference. Now, they didn't say go Division One. They said go to a bigger conference.
Well, because they're already Division One.
They're already Division One. So, a bigger conference is either going to be a major, which that would be a first.
Because you have to buy in. All right, now that I think about it, you do have to, like, there's fees.
Yep. Or they're going to leave HBCU conferences altogether because the CAA does have 2 HBCUs in it, and they are considered a mid-major. Or they go to the SWAC. Now, I am not advocating the end of the MEAC. Don't shoot at me. Don't at me.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
No. That's what you said. That's what it sounds like you're saying.
It was an interesting line in the article, and there was no clarification of what they meant.
Mm-hmm.
The easy thing is to think, well, they're right there in the Northeast. The CAA would make sense, or they go to the Big East or whatever's in the area, because geographically, I'm hoping, with it being a basketball team, that they would stay geographically in that area. If not, then you go to the SWAC, because you ain't going down.
No.
The SWAC is even. That's a lateral move. Or you're going up, CAA, Big East, whatever. Conference USA, all of that, right?
Conference USA. Yeah.
But that line, that bigger conference, is an interesting choice of words. Very interesting choice of words. And I don't, you know what? Let's just, since I'm already DK and accuse me of starting shit. Let's see, DC to, where's UAPB? Where is that? So if they were to go to the SWAC, their furthest game would be Arkansas. Their furthest game would be Arkansas. That's a quick flight.
That's not bad.
If you got private equity money, let's just, because we already sitting here conspiracy theorizing. How much? Because you can't get a G5. You got to get a G6 at this point, right?
Yeah.
So you can get a used G6 for 25 to 46 million. Just think about it. $25 to $46 million.
Like you said, you might as well. You might as well.
Now, again, I want to make sure that I'm not getting added when this podcast is over with by everybody in the MEAC. It's just a theory. Apple, are you thinking about going to George Washington?
Like the school?
That's what I think.
I don't think I've ever visited there, to be honest. I don't know much about it.
I think George. I can't remember. I haven't been to George Washington. So I wouldn't have. Oh, what are you talking about, Apple? Hey, DK, we've known each other long enough for Apple to be getting ready for college. LeBron Washington, what?
I don't know what he's talking about. I hope you know what he's saying. I don't know if he's going to college.
Oh, LeBron Washington buzzer beat. That was 7 years ago. Now we can talk about Jalen Brunson being the captain of the New York Knicks for the upcoming season.
I mean, wasn't he last season? I guess it was still Julius Randle.
Yeah, I think it was Julius Randle.
Yeah.
All right. What did up? Oh wait, hold on. Let me take that off the screen.
Yo.
I can't even.
Jeez,
Yeah, I can't even because Apple in my app it only allows me to show it. Hold on, let me. So you're in. Oh.
No, you're just calling.
No, listen, hold on. Let me just go ahead and end a few things. Captain USA is actually Carmelo Anthony.
No,
I can't take it away from him.
No, he's Captain America right now. He is definitely Captain America right now. Yeah, in this run.
I mean, in this run, okay, but like, I remember us losing. Was it the World Championship? And Melo wasn't on that squad, and they called Melo, Wade, LeBron. Somebody else was on that team too. I want to say Dwight. Or was Dwight on the losing squad? I think Dwight was on the losing squad. And Melo went off on them next Olympics. Absolutely.
I think it was the 04 Olympics you're talking about that they didn't do what they were supposed to do. Yeah. And then in 08, that's when they came back in. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, listen, just so we clear, Melo is, I have like 3 for sure favorite players. And Melo is number 2 on that list.
Whoa. Really? Out of everybody, ever.
On my list of favorite players, yeah. Like Michael Jordan is my favorite player. He's just not.
No, right. That's not what I'm just surprised that it's not. That you don't got some other guys.
No, it's Alex English, it's Carmelo Anthony, and it's George Gervin.
Oh, I was gonna say like with that guy. Okay, so how did Melo slide over George? I gotta know.
I think Melo was closer to I think in my mind, right? Melo was closer to a chip than everybody. But I saw Alex do the Knicks dirty. Like absolute dirty. If I'm not mistaken, that was the game that him and Kiki Vandeweghe both went for 50.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
yeah,
it's a problem. But they could never beat the Lakers. They could never beat the Lakers. But those are my favorite players. Number 4 would be Reggie Miller, because just he was always the villain. Always a villain.
You like
Oh,
Reggie Miller?
yes. I don't know.
As a Knicks
It,
fan, you like
I
Reggie
know.
Miller.
Listen. Please understand. Understand. It is not.
You that's like liking Trey Young right now as a Knicks
It's
fan.
not. Oh my God. It's
Jesus.
so bad. Listen.
Oh my.
I don't. Do you see why he fourth? But the man can't. There is no era of basketball that can stop Reggie from getting his shot off. The way
No.
he pushed off, the way he ran off screens, the way he flopped. Reggie was flopping before flopping was a thing. So Reggie's four, like four. Now, if you want to talk about my all-time favorite Knicks, I'm gonna tell you crazy, absolutely crazy. Anthony Mason is one. First point forward. I don't care what nobody say. It wasn't Scotty. It was Anthony Mason. Go look at the clips. Anthony Mason bring the ball up, hit you with a ping, bing, bing, and he gon' Anthony Mason had to be 285 blowing by dudes. Blowing by dudes. But
Anthony Mason. Ugh.
Anthony Mason, that was my guy. Listen, that was my guy.
Interesting.
Everybody loved Pat. Everybody loved John Starks. But Anthony Mason, with the ball in his hand. Whew. Hey, Destroy, what's going on? Yep. FSU Polo tonight. FSU Polo tonight. I just, I had to do it. It's been a while. I'm also working on the merch. I am working on the merch. So I'm again trying to get all of that stuff out. But as I was watching from the car, because again, the hospital, they're real strict on their visitation guidelines. So I was watching the news, the sports news from the car. And I try not to watch Stephen A. Smith show. So I'll watch Undisputed and then I'll watch Greeny's show, right?
Right.
It was brought up the 92 Dream Team versus this 2024 U.S. Olympic team. And it was brought up because Draymond, who always running his mouth, and please understand, in the annals of great basketball players, I am not one. I'm a fan. I'm giving you my opinion as a fan. Don't get in your feelings. Don't clip me. Don't send that man this thing. He gonna tell me that ain't this. And I'm not gonna punch down. I'm gonna punch up every time. But in the annals of great bum players, lost my camera.
Oh no, going down, man.
Oh man, hold on.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't know. Oh, I guess God. Every time I try to be
You
ugly,
definitely punched up.
every time I try to be ugly, I get in trouble.
Yeah, no, you are not destroyed. No shot. Sorry, pal.
All right. Let's see if we can do this again.
I still don't believe you. Apple, you're a retired hooper.
All right. Again, like I was saying, in the annals of trash hoopers, great trash hoopers, let me put that in. Draymond Green do more talking than anybody I know. But Draymond said he would take this version of the U.S. Olympic team over the Dream Team. Now, if we're talking about number 12 player versus number 12 player, yes, Christian Laettner ain't better than nobody on this squad. Yes, I hate Christian Laettner. That's not the point. The point is that 1 through 5 on that dream team, there is no combination of 2024 players that you can put together as a starting 5 and beat that starting 5. Them dudes was deadly. And please understand, I'm leaving Larry Bird off.
I don't know about that. What I would say, I would say it would be as a team. If you put their 10 versus the current 10, that's where I think it poses a problem.
Well, you got Larry
Because
Bird.
I think LeBron, KD, Steph, whatever, if you want to put in Embiid or AD, whatever wanted to, and throw Book or whatever. I think that 5 could hold it. Oh man, down again. Oh no.
What is happening? All right, I'm just gonna have to. I don't want to put. I don't like putting it on my laptop because I move too much. All right, there we go. We just don't have to put it down. But so here's my own just like matchup. The problem is you can't cover up Steph. That's the only problem.
Yeah.
You can't cover up Steph. And I saw a lot of people posting a lot of stuff about John Stockton. Please go look at that man's stats before you disrespect him. I ain't talking about his assists. I'm talking about his steals.
I don't get why people say he couldn't play defense. I don't know I don't know.
Nobody wanted to punch Karl Malone. Everybody wanted to punch John Stockton because when they wasn't running pick and roll, they were running back picks in the paint, and John Stockton was tearing people up.
Mm-hmm. He was a menace out there. He was really a menace out there.
Like, history is a funny thing. Just because that man didn't win no championship, please understand, they got to a whole bunch of Western Conference finals.
Mm-hmm.
And that man was, y'all just really don't understand. It's a few years John Stockton should have won Defensive Player of the Year. It's a few years. And I ain't talking about he just picking bums pockets. I'm talking about Gary Payton. I'm talking about Max. I'm talking about Dr. J. Like he was a menace. He was an absolute menace. And I'm glad I got to watch him play. I didn't like nothing about Utah but him. But him. I mean,
he was nice.
The man took Jeff Hornacek, who we kind of wrote off. It was just like he ain't gonna never be nothing. He got to Utah and was like revitalized.
Mm-hmm.
All he had to do was get open, and John find him. All he got to do was get open.
That's it.
So, and then I'll tell you on this squad who I would probably say would be the biggest problem, and it's not LeBron. It's Halliburton. Now he would turn the ball over a bunch, but that kid fast.
Yeah.
He would be the problem. He would be able to get to the rim and cause problems. But outside of that,
wait, no, Halliburton, hell no. What? No, what?
Yes.
No, Anthony Edwards would be the problem. He'd be the problem.
Here's my problem with Anthony.
He's the Jordan clone, but quicker.
See, that's the thing. You don't have to be fast.
Well, I'm not saying you do, but I'm just saying like that's just the reality of what I'm saying.
And then, all right, so and I gotta call myself out because I was on the Anthony Edwards bandwagon,
exactly,
and I kind of still am. But I also gotta realize he ain't 24 yet.
Exactly, and he's going crazy right now. So you got to give him respect. So
when he actually grow into his game, He is the basketball player that we didn't know we deserved. We don't deserve. Because we was busy screaming Tubby Tubby from the time he was at Duke.
Please
And
tell me,
nobody took into account that he was not taking his health seriously.
tell me gonna be on Team USA next Olympics. Watch
They
out.
gonna lose if he's like
He gonna win him a chip before that too. Watch.
oh my god. Win a chip where?
With the Pelicans, silly. Come on. All right. All right.
So
The way
here's the
that they have
problem.
that team now.
I,
You better watch out, Jazz.
we
He's
just
over
we
there
just we
being
gonna you know what we're gonna ride this tangent right on out. Listen, the Pelicans got a problem.
What do you mean? They have a great roster right now.
Yeah, they still got CJ on that roster, right?
Yeah.
They ain't gonna never win the championship.
Oh my God.
And it's not that CJ is a bad player. He is a consummate pro.
Okay.
He stays in shape. He
Where's the
plays
story?
his best. But CJ cannot get Tubby Tubby in shape.
Get that terrorist stuff, baby.
Sorry. I'm just saying. CJ commands a high salary.
I mean, look, of course they would love a center right now. Of course. But look, they got DeJounte Murray, CJ, 2020, BI 20, Zion 20. They have walking 20 points. That's 80.
Hold
That's
on.
an easy 80 points.
Roll with me for a second.
All they
So
gotta do is play a little bit of defense, and they
I
are.
agree with you saying 2020 with everybody except Zion. Here's why. He
What?
gonna get you. He gonna get you 20 all the way up to December.
Oh
From
my God.
December on, he gonna get you 20 on Monday, 15 on Tuesday. They'll probably be off Wednesday, Thursday. He'll get
Oh
you
my
8 on Friday, and then the next Monday he'll get you 20. He gonna be inconsistent because he out of shape.
No. This is about to be that year. This is about to be the year. Watch.
Yes, he did play 75 games this year. What was his average?
The average over like 20 points a game. What you talking about? 22-9.
Destroy. Do you hear what you just said? He was out of
22-9.
shape for maybe 2 months. He is a professional basketball player. It is literally his job to be in shape year round.
It's because he started the year. I think it was the way he started the year off. No, if I'm correct, and it was because he was hurt. See, come on, Jazz. You need to be
I
a
need to
little bit
lighten
more
up on him.
reasonable.
I need to lighten up on him. Okay. How
Yeah,
many years he been in the league?
4, 5, something like that.
Okay. So in 5 years, this year he played
5.
75 plus games.
Yeah, he
This
did
year.
good.
He has a weight clause in his contract
Oh,
unseen by
word.
any
Wow.
NBA player in history. That's what you do for football, defensive lineman. That's what you do for defensive lineman.
Look.
And I'm not, it's not that I'm being mean to him. It is that I'm disappointed because I was on the hype train. And I should have knew something was up when Florida State beat him. I should have knew something was up because we had those 7-footers that year. I should have known something was up, but I was like, nah, whatever. What? But again, quick side note. Hey Clippers,
See,
can y'all do me a solid? Let Terrence Mann go. Y'all wasting his talent there. That Seminole deserves to be somewhere where he can be appreciated, get minutes, and be a star that he deserves to be. Like,
well, he's gonna be a starter now. Well, Paul George not there no more. He got to be.
Paul George going, and Kawhi might retire.
No, he's not.
Kawhi might retire.
No.
That was one of the rumors that came out when he left Team USA. He might retire.
I don't believe it.
And I used to be one of them people that think used to be able to buy a championship. I don't think that no more. Because I look at LA, I look at the Clippers. Wow, I said LA and then said the Clippers. I look at the Lakers and I look at the Clippers. They spent a bunch of money. At least the Lakers got one
He's not
independent.
retiring. He's not retiring. He signed an
He signed
extension, a
the
3-year
contract.
extension.
That's what I'm saying. He signed that contract, and then the rumors came out when he left Team USA that he gonna retire. Now he hasn't announced anything. We gonna see, but it's getting kind of ugly.
Shoot. Well,
But
well, we gonna have to see.
gave away a whole bunch of draft picks for Paul George, which I knew that wasn't gonna work out. So,
So then,
one of the basketball players, one of the NBA pros on TikTok said that Philly gonna have the softest lineup in the East. I said, "Wow." I didn't realize that people thought of Pandemic P
oh yeah, he saw.
as soft. I just,
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I didn't think that. I didn't
yeah.
think.
Unfortunately, yeah,
But his stats gonna look good.
yeah,
His stats gonna look like he a monster, absolute monster. But
yeah.
you know, you know. All right. So we halfway through the Olympics, and I hate to bring up Caitlin Clark, but do we even miss her in these Olympics?
Not for the women's team. I'd imagine not. Uh, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. United States. I think we went 3-0, 50-point differential. Oh, jeez. Well, from what I'm seeing, no, just definitely just no, absolutely not, no way. But that game that they did have, like that All-Star game, it did show that not only Caitlin, but like Angel and Enrique too. Oh, like there was a few of them. There was a few of them that didn't make that team that they could have. And you know what? That's just a testament to just how good the WNBA actually is. And oh, I can't wait till it's come.
Told
I
y'all
can't
why.
wait till it's back. A couple weeks.
Enrique told y'all why. She said she had an opportunity to play, but she knew she wasn't gonna get a lot of playing time, so she wasn't gonna be on it. So yeah. We went over. Well, we didn't go over Shakari Richardson. We did talk about Noah Lyles. And the reason that I haven't talked about Shakari Richardson is because her silver medal was more of a mental mountain for her as opposed to our joy, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
because of everything that she's been through. So when she does some interviews and gives her views on it, I'll come back and make some comments on it. Yeah, the girl from St. Lucia was not playing the radio from jump.
She was, yeah, fast.
She jumped out the blocks and was gone. I haven't. This gonna sound crazy. I haven't seen somebody jump out the blocks and leave the field since Ben Johnson left Carl Lewis in Korea, and he was on that juice. He was on that juice, and I don't know if I told this story, but it was a live broadcast, and we watched it. And Ben Johnson leaped out the blocks like it used to be a poster of him leaping out the blocks. And then they talked about how he was on steroids, but never mind that. He leaped out the blocks and then left Carl Lewis like dusted. And if before going into the Olympics, the back and forth between Carl Lewis and Ben Johnson was, if it was on social media, they probably would have met up somewhere and fought. Like it was chippy.
Real. It
was that because remember going, so the 88 Olympics, 84 Olympics, Carl Lewis, it was the Carl Lewis show. It was 100, 200, 4x100 relay, long jump. It was the Carl Lewis show. And then we get to 88 and going into the 88 Olympics, Ben Johnson was busting everybody's ass. And the rumors that you heard about steroids was the Germans and the Russians. So you kind of knew that they was doing it. But the thing that dude was doing it, nah. And that Olympics, that was the end of his career. That was the end. Because back then, a 4-year ban, so science and technology is way different now.
Yeah.
You got people running into their 30s. Whereas, like, if you got the 28 back then, you was doing something. You was doing something big.
Yeah.
So, that Olympics, him being suspended, that ended his career. So, but yeah, and Gabby, we talked about Gabby. Gabby came off that curve. And for those of you who've never run track, the curve is where you get all your power. That's why they tell you to power into the curve and explode out of it. And when they exploded out of it, oh yeah, destroyed. You're right. USA, goddammit. Where's my BBL Drizzy song? It is USA. We got the gold and the silver in the 1500. And the only reason that I find it, so on the other podcast, I talk a lot about how we lack in middle distance. I know, first time in 112 years, we are very lacking in middle distance. And in my lifetime, the Kenyans was well, the Kenyans ain't here. And woo. Now, if we could just do something about the 800, men's and women's.
Right. Then we triple crowning.
It would have been something because I had so much hope for that American girl. I was just like, she gonna get at least fifth. They rang that bell and she got left. It got real.
Quick.
Listen, it don't matter what Olympics it is. We're gonna always have more gold medals than everybody else. We spend more money per capita on sports, nutrition than anywhere else in the world. And we still need to do better because we had almost 20 years of Jamaicans dominating us in sprints. That's just disrespectful. And I ain't saying Jamaica is no third world country, but it ain't even Flatbush. Let's keep it a buck. So, all of that. But all in all, I'm very pleased with this Olympics. I have been very patriotic. So if you see me on Twitter screaming USA, USA, I am. When the Olympics roll around, It's
Yeah.
us against everybody.
Yup.
And we had a primer thanks to Drake. Drake, you could have shut your mouth up and stayed in Canada and you wouldn't have had no problems. But you wanted to mess with that man in South Central
Right
and get
before
that
the
whooping.
Olympics.
Just we could have been cool. But no, now we everybody running around here hollering about not like us. It was USA, USA. So I don't feel sorry for you. You brought that on yourself, son. Brought that on yourself. Absolutely brought that on yourself. Apple made me lose my train of thought. I was gonna go somewhere. Oh man. Uh, I'm trying to see if TP still at work. Um, on on Thursday, I may have some breaking news. I don't want to break it yet. I want to wait.
Uh-oh.
But if I'm allowed to break it, I'm gonna have a guest on Thursday. I'm trying to convince that person to come on the podcast. So, y'all know how I like to break news. I break news and I gotta do better. I'm sorry, y'all. The way I break news, I act like I ain't media. I know there is a method to things, and I find news and I be like, "This the news."
Bro,
I
you
can't
be wondering.
because when I found out about Clemson, I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to get on the podcast. So there's a method of things. I will do better. Um, like I said, fatmousesports.net. There are 2 new articles up. Um, also, I will make sure that all of the podcasts will be caught up to date by this weekend. I know some of the podcasts are out of order. That's just because there are sometimes words said in the podcast, and if I cut them out, it loses context. But if I don't cut them out, it may offend somebody. So I've been able to work and get those edited so I don't have people like picking it on my front yard. So, um, real quick, I didn't put this in the rundown. FAMU basketball head coach, Coach Crary, is on a 1-year deal as of right now because the board of trustees did not approve his 3-year contract. Now, me as a FAMU fan, it concerns me because at the end of this year, yeah, I'm gonna get to that. At the end of this year, if he, let's just say things go really well, and he get the 2 seed or 3 seed in the SWAC tournament on a 1-year contract, how willing is he gonna be to sign another 1-year contract, or even sign a 3-year contract after that? Now, Marlo told me it's not a concern, not to worry about it. I'm concerned. Nowhere else in the basketball landscape is a coach proving his worth. Whether I agree with the 1-year contract, I don't, or don't. Nowhere else is anybody doing business like this. I'm concerned. So that's a concern.
Fair. That's definitely fair. Yeah, I would be too because it's like, and how long has he been there?
So they hired him, I want to say in April, I think.
Oh, okay, so it's pretty
like
recent.
April, like
Um,
May. They
nah,
hired him. He hit the ground running. He had recruits coming in like nothing. Like he hit the ground running. And the board of trustees had questions on why he was hired.
oh,
Why they couldn't get this coach and why they couldn't get that coach.
Uh,
And I don't know. I don't know for sure, but I feel like some of the names that was on that list might more money than was available. And I'm back. But the other thing, and I'm finna get in trouble. I'm finna get in trouble. So for those who know me and follow me on social media, I'm sorry, but not really. There is a blog, a family blog that's called Rattler Nation's blog. And this blog, whether I agree with their feelings on the AD or not, is anti the athletic director. In action and deed. And if you have a coach that ends up being good and you're dragging him in the streets, I don't care what nobody say. They see it. I see shit that's said about me, about people that I don't even know. But in this social media world, somebody mention your name, you see it. So to have somebody, some blog with the Rattler Nation tag on it, dragging the head coach, man, I don't know. And it's an anonymous blog. But when the call go out to raise money, if this man does well, you need to be the first in line. You need to be the first in line because Florida State does things that are not always, I'm trying to say this politically correct, that are not always standard operating procedure. Sure. And sometimes my school is with the shits too. And sometimes I get on my platform and go off about my school being with the shits. So please understand, I know what it's like to have the school be with the shits. But right now, this ain't the time to be with the shits. You just won a national championship in football and golf. You've had several SWAC titles already, and it's only year 3. Whether you agree or disagree with the AD, work is being done. Is there more work that needs to be done? Yes, absolutely. Also, every week I post that man beating that dead horse all the time. All the time. Yeah, Destroy. That's what they won that national championship in golf. They like that all the time. I post that man beating that dead horse because media deals are important. The media deal that the WNBA got, it is 10 times better than the deal that they had before. And it's 10 times shorter than the deal that they need.
Yeah.
Because the revenue sharing is only 10%. 10% of revenues, net revenues, the players get 10%. So, can't. We just lost. FAMU just lost the softball coach. That was a year removed from winning a SWAC title. And almost won another one.
Mm.
And you ain't loser to a PWI. You lost it to a team in the same division in the SWAC.
Terrible. Terrible.
So, shit gotta get done. There's a method to doing stuff. Please don't. There was an error at Florida State where I lost a lot of friends from Florida State in Florida locally here in Tampa. Florida State fans locally. I fell out with a few people over an era of football that wasn't even that serious. Hey, Destroy, I hope you stub your toe. For those that are watching this later on, you can look at. I'll keep the chat records, and you can see
no.
when he said what he said. It's gonna say 9:36 when he said it, so you'll see when he said and why I said what I said. He might be a Florida fan. Who knows?
LSU, baby. Yes, sir.
Yeah, LSU fan.
Yes, stand up.
And saying Florida State suck. Y'all had a Heisman Trophy winner that couldn't beat little old Florida State from little old ACC.
Look, man.
I'm just saying. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. Shout out to Theo B. I just, and you know what? I got time. I got time today. Y'all gonna fire y'all head coach next year because y'all pay him all that money, and this fool gonna say in the NIL era, we don't pay players. Y'all was just paying players under the table 2 years ago. Why we lying? Why we lying? Like, come on, man. And then he's so disrespectful. He come down there with a fake drawl. I'm not reading headlines. Listen.
That's what it sounds like, right, Destroy?
I'm not reading headlines. I've been doing this podcast 7 years. And for 7 years, LSU been cheating in football.
No.
Y'all
had now you just saying anything.
Wire.
Uh-huh.
And he hollered about it wasn't me. He thought it was Shaggy. Oh God. Oh. Listen. I don't know who need to hear this. It ain't a clean institution in the SEC. Please understand, y'all have 3 members that came from the Southwestern Conference who at one point they all were on, they had a whole conference on probation. Arkansas, Texas A&M, Texas Tech, Rice. All of them was on probation. And now you got 3 of them in the SEC.
Look, man.
But your head coach said they ain't paying players. Man. You heard it here first. Brian Kelly on the hot seat.
Nah, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. We're going to get us a chip.
Got rid of your national championship head coach the year after he won the championship.
Oh, because things just wasn't working out. That's just what it is.
The Destroy cleared. He cleared it up, ball. He cleared it. And this, by the way, y'all, this is the basketball podcast. I ain't do this. They did this. But Destroy cleared it up for me. He said they not paying players what they asking for. Listen, we are in NIL era. Keep not paying players. If you ain't paying attention, what's going to happen to you? Look at Clemson. Clemson is finna fall off the map in 2 years. But they'll probably fire their head coach who running around here hollering about he ain't finna pay no NIL. And he's not gonna use the transfer portal. But that being said, look, I told y'all I was coming out of retirement. I've been playing around with NCAA football, but Madden on the way.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know me, I love to bust some bundles.
Yes.
Absolutely love to bust some bundles. But I will be playing both games very soon. As soon as mom gets stable, I'm finna bust somebody kid ass to the white. So, um, I'm patiently waiting. I see everybody playing, and I be so sad. This boy, I can't wait. I can't wait to run draw. I ain't seen nobody flip no
draw,
formation.
draw don't work, Jay.
I
Draw
seen
don't work.
you. I seen you and TP run draw and get 8 yards a pop. I seen it with my own two eyes.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'll tell y'all the secret. I'll tell y'all why draw works if you don't hit turbo. Because the offensive linemen stay engaged on their blocks. Once you get to the second level, it's up to you. And if you don't do nothing crazy like hit turbo and you get to the safety, it's a wrap. It's a house call. That's it. That's it. It's just like TP when he run base.
Okay.
It's the same thing. That's all. It's all it is, and I'm gonna tell y'all what it is. It is it's a conditional. And as long as you don't trigger that condition, hit turbo or do a ball carrier move, the offensive linemen stay on their blocks.
They should be good. All right.
So I'm just hoping, please, Lord, let that be the case in Madden. Please let that be the case in Madden. I'm gonna have whole streams of me just flipping the formation and running draw. I need tight flex to be a thing this year. I need tight flex. That's all I need. Tight flex and draw. And it's a problem. Because I only need, I ain't like these other dudes that got all these intricate offenses. I only need 3 dots. That's all I need. 3 dots. I need a cover 3 beater, a cover 2 beater, and something that I can check down as much as I want. And I'm going to run draw. So, but, yeah, I might even do an ebook this year again.
No. You gotta get on the game first.
I know.
Man.
I will be on Madden day 1. If I ain't playing, I'm gonna be busting bundles.
I don't know. I feel like you lying to me. I won't believe that until I see it. I haven't seen not one bundle bust in the last 2 years.
I know it's been a rough year. It's been a rough year. I had all of this go on. The podcast started.
2 years, Jazz.
I mean, do you understand how bad it was when I missed Golden Ticket? I was sad. I was absolutely sad. Because
you missed Eric Dickerson for a whole year. Now, what if he's not in the game this year? Now what?
Oh no, he's gonna be in the game because what's the name out the game this year? Barry Sanders is out the game.
That's true. You know who's back? Jim Brown. Jim Brown gonna be in the game.
Yeah, Jim Brown, Eric Dickerson gonna be there. Don't worry, I'll be back. Don't worry. Marcus Allen. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Don't worry.
So you say.
Yeah.
I don't believe this till I see it.
I'm oh God, and I'm definitely coming back for Blitz. I'm gonna be back because Blitz is everything. Blitz is like bundle Christmas. Absolute bundle Christmas. I don't really like the Christmas promos. I don't really like them. But Blitz, yeah, I like
you
that.
Get to spend it.
Just, you know what? Let me go ahead. Because what's normally $150 is $9. Let me bust these bundles. Go ahead and by the time my 150 is now $2,000. I'm straight. Oh man, do you realize that one year I easily spent $16,000 on that game. Easy,
Trash. Trash.
easy. It was, man. Listen, it is when you lose because some little kid then blitzed you, and all you need is a 99 offensive lineman. Oh yeah, I'm back. Yeah, run your blitz now.
Because I got another card. No, you're funny, man.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And this year, I won't be cussing out little kids. I will be on my best behavior. But
So you say.
I,
And so you
I am.
say.
I'm lying. I'm lying. I'm lying. Because the first time I feel like I'm nano blitz,
It's gonna be over with.
I'm gonna flip the play, or I'm gonna go to goal line, and it ain't gonna be fun for nobody. Especially anybody that played me in the CFM. I'm so sorry.
That was nasty.
I
That was
might not
nasty that
win,
one year.
but I'm gonna get 250. Hey man, real quick, this week, um, the Olympics is here. Um, it's BBL Drizzy time. It's America, USA all the way. Um, I'm thankful that my mom is doing better, and like I said, as soon as she gets stable, I'm on the sticks. Um, everybody that has been following, sending love, liking the podcast, thank you, thank you. I will the moment I get the thumbs up, and again, I got to get the stuff to the attorney. Um, the sports bet operation will get up and running, and that's going to change a lot of our futures. So that's for those again that don't know. That's what I've been working towards. Um, but stay prayed up. Tell your loved ones that you love them because you never know what may happen that you may not be able to tell them. You never want to be sitting in a hallway going, I wish I would have said,
Mm-hmm.
because I was almost that. So, but that's all I got. What you got, DK?
Um, man, I don't know. Oh, what I will say is, I don't know. Try to be more hip to what's going on, with the other sports, and or if you're, about being patriotic, maybe just about the other, athletes that the United States have between the people that are in the gymnastics and track and field and all that, because I feel like they don't, we're always worried about the footballs, the baseballs, the basketball guys, right, and whatnot, and they're, the, these are athletes that we're, shining a light on right now, and we don't really know a lot about, but we should and could know about. Like there's world championships and all type of stuff that they compete in too. So why not educate yourself and like, kind of, give them, these people their flowers that they deserve. They work all year round it, just as much as the people that we, wow. Just as much as the other athletes that we know. So it's just nice. It's nice to watch them. Man. It really is.
So before we get out of here, I saw a couple podcasts that people were complaining about they're not able to beat these kids online. I think HBCU Nightly was talking about that. Please follow DK Nice, follow TP, TP King, TP underscore gaming. So follow those guys. They are the best Madden players that I know, and will take your game up a notch. When I get on, you can follow me. I'll teach you how to play old man football against these kids. Fuck these kids. But yeah, don't struggle. Follow these guys. Reach out. Ask them for help. They will
We got
definitely
you.
help.
We got you. We
So
got you. We got some stuff.
And don't worry. The draw ebook will be on the way when Madden
Oh
drop. I promise.
Jesus.
But for
I hope
everybody at
so.
Fat Mouth Sports, the Madness Basketball Podcast, myself, DK, we are out.